What up, what up, what up, family? What's going on? Got my baby out a little bit more.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
What up, what up, what up? Just waiting for some more people to come in. Real quick, if you join us for the first time, welcome to the Reclaimed and Restored Marriage Podcast. I am Derek. This is my beautiful wife, Geisha. We're going to get started momentarily. Just waiting for a couple more people to pop in. Check the sound real quick, babe.
Yeah.
What up, what up, what up? Just waiting.
You good to go?
No,
So
they just
on my phone, am I still doing I do the TikTok on my
You
phone.
don't have to, but I mean, if you want to, you can.
Well, it's coming up on. It's gonna come up on yours, right?
Yeah.
So we don't really need this.
What's going on, Kimberly?
Other than to check the
Yeah.
volume. Oh, yeah, I don't want to have it on if I don't have to.
What's going on, family? So listen,
Did
we're
you
going
get
to
my?
get.
Oh,
There's
no
no
sound
sound.
detected. Oh, maybe I should check that on my phone. Hold on.
What's going on, family? Let us know. Can you hear us?
TikTok. Oh no, I should be able to. Hold on. Lives. Hold on.
Says Geisha joined.
Trying to see. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it
Okay.
already. Okay.
All right. So we're going to get and get started. Waiting for a couple more people to hop in. Well, you know, we open up with prayer.
I can get out.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Okay. Okay, let's get started in the sake of time. I'm trying to respect everybody's time.
Father, right now we just come to you saying thank you, Lord. Thank you for your goodness. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your mercy. Thank you for your favor, Father. Thank you for a wonderful day today. Lord, continue to bless us, watch over us, and protect us, Father. Be with us as we talk tonight, Father. We pray, the Lord, that you remove us from this earth and remove Derek and Geisha from this, Father. We pray that your spirit shines through, that people grab what they need in this situation, Father, and we're able to empower and impact marriages for the better, Father, so that they are operating in your will and your way and walking in their kingdom driven assignment. Father, Lord, we love you. We thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Hey, what's going on, family? Amy, what's going on, Amy?
Oh, hey, Miss Bob. Okay, is it Avia? She said she can hear.
She said she can hear.
She can. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. So we're good to go on this until.
All right, all right. So normally when we,
So that's YouTube. I'm sorry, that's YouTube and Facebook. We're good.
yeah, yeah, enjoying the weather. So normally when we start out with the Reclaiming Restored Marriage podcast, we always start with our weekly check-in. My wife and I check in just to see how we've been showing up for each other this week. Something we've been doing for a long time now. What it does is it takes the guesswork out of how we're showing up for each other. It takes the guesswork out of, you know, because we can think we're doing one thing and showing up one way, and it can be something totally different. So we always ask ourselves on a scale of 1 through 10, how have we been showing up for each other? So I'm gonna go first on this one. So Geisha, on a scale of 1 through 10, how have I been showing up as a husband this week?
Um, I'm gonna say like a 7.5.
7.5. Okay.
Yeah, a 7.5. Um, I don't. This week has been a little bit challenging to me, from my perspective. It's been a bit challenging. And I felt like Honestly, I felt like it was you did some double talk this week, and I didn't like that very much.
Okay.
Um, when it came to like whether it be feelings or like communicating feelings. On one hand, it's um, we can't go by how you feel, but then on the other hand, it's I feel, and then it was just it just seemed like some double standards happening.
Mm.
I felt, and I know that this was not your intention, but I felt very challenged. So yes, it was challenging. I felt like this week overall was just not all week. It was challenging, but I also felt challenged, which I guess kind of put me in a place of defensiveness. Um, but yeah, so um, that's kind of why I didn't feel heard. I didn't feel, you look puzzled.
I am. This
Oh,
is a little off script from how we normally do. Like you tell me, normally we do it. It's like, hey, you was 7 or 8, cool. What made it 7? What can I do to make it a 10? Like so.
I thought, yeah, I'm still in the what you
Oh,
did to make it a 7.5.
okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
ain't got to what you can do to make it a 10 yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, it was, I didn't feel heard.
Mm-hmm.
I did not feel, um, I think I felt devalued a little bit
Mm.
too. Um, yeah. So, what you can do to make it a 10? Listen more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think, I don't know whether to put the grounding, um, like if I'm going in a different direction, like ground me. Matter of fact, uh, oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Go back to the 7.5 real quick. When I'm going to why you got a 7.5. So yes, we had some challenges, but the other piece of it, which is why I was kind of going vacillating between a seven and an eight and settled on the 7.5 is, um, I had some, like my back and my neck, and I felt like during that you were very, like you was real attentive and like was really, um, compassionate and understanding
Mm-hmm.
because that it did put a kink in some things, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I felt like you really showed up for me in those moments. So
Right.
that's kind of, yeah. So that goes into also the 7.5 because there was some good things that happened, but there was some challenges as well. Okay,
Got you.
so but yeah, what you can do to make it a 10 is to just listen and like
Okay.
hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and if I seem to be in the clouds, like ground me.
Yeah.
And we talked before about how to do that for one another.
Mm-hmm.
And
What's going on, family? Thank you guys. We appreciate the likes. What's up, Keish? What's up, Justin? What
trying to
up, Joy?
trying to
Mitchell?
think how to word this, right? Because I don't um maybe I need to come back to it because I can't think of the right language. I can't think of the right language to say it. To say I need this, this thing would help,
Got
would
you.
make it a 10.
Got you.
So
All right. So, family, real quick, thank you. Appreciate the likes. Be sure to share. So, what you see us doing right now, we're doing our weekly.
hey Keisha.
Yeah, we're doing our weekly check-in right
Cousin
now.
cousin Keisha.
What's up, cousin Keisha? We're doing our weekly check-in right now, and the way our check-in goes, we always ask ourselves on a scale of 1 through 10, how have we been showing up as a spouse this week? So
Mm-hmm.
my wife just gave me a 7.5. Now the key about this check-in, right, to get this feedback, we have to make sure that when she tells me what she's experiencing and how I've been showing up, it's not for me to try to defend. It's not for me to try to protect, to hide, or prove anything. I accept her feedback, and she gives me what I can do to
Mm.
make it different, what I can do to make it better. So I'm reaching a 10 next week. This ain't for me to argue back and forth. This ain't for me to try to justify or explain anything. It's for me to receive and hear from my wife, and we create this.
Hey, Keisha, other Keisha.
We create this safe space. That's Gary. We create this
Mhm.
safe space. That's Gary Keisha. We create this safe space so that we can be able to really check in and talk through where we are. And I'm gonna be very transparent. One thing about us, yeah, GI. Wow, that's funny. Oh, you was GL, yeah. So the thing about us is we're very transparent. Like we're going to keep it a whole 100. We're not going to be on here faking and BSing. And what you're seeing us is work through real time a very challenging week with communication. And it's just so funny that this week our topic that we're talking about is communication. So
Absolutely.
you're seeing us work through real time with some issues and challenges we were having this week with communication. So my wife gave
Mhm.
me a 7.5, and she told me what I need to do to make it a 10. And you had something else that came to your mind.
Yeah, the word that
Okay.
I was humility.
Okay.
Like, yeah,
Okay.
to make it a 10. That's what I was going with.
Humility to make it a
More.
10. Okay.
All right, I'm ready for mine. How was our husband on a scale of 1 to 10? How was I as a wife this week?
You was a 5 this week.
Mm-hmm.
You was a 5. This week really struggled with creating that safe space that I know you to do, that I know you to be for me.
Mm-hmm.
You wasn't that.
Okay.
Times I was bringing issues or concerns to you,
Mm-hmm.
you were very defensive. You were very dismissive, and it really challenged me in every way. It did trigger my pride, my ego. It triggered some childhood wounds. It triggered a lot of things in me that I had to really fight and work through so that I can still show up
Mm-hmm.
as the husband and the man of God that I am.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what you can do to make it a 10 is, and I've seen you do this time and time before, it's like you're able to meet me with empathy and understanding, regardless of whether whatever I'm bringing to
Can't
you,
keep
if
my
you
lips
don't
on.
agree with it, that's one thing. That's
Mm-hmm.
fine. We don't always have to agree.
Mm-hmm.
But the empathy and the understanding that, you know what, my husband feeling some type of way. Let me look and let me see what my husband talking about. Let me meet my husband where he's at, because I know he has big feelings. I know that he'll rather bring them to me than to shut down. So let me make sure I'm being a safe space for my husband
Mm-hmm.
to bring what the things that he's experiencing or how I'm showing up or what's going on with him. Let me be that safe space for my husband like you are any other time. You're a safe space. Whether you agree with me or not, you're able to receive and you're accessible to what I like, what I don't like, my concerns. And this week you was not that. So moving forward, like into next week, to
Mm-hmm.
get you back to that 10, empathy,
Okay.
understanding, responsiveness. Don't be my safe space again. Be my place that I can bring to you, whether you agree or not. But you know what? My husband can come and talk to me about something that I did that upset him without me getting defensive, shutting down, minimizing, or getting dismissive.
Okay.
Hey, Miss Tiffany, I'm glad you enjoyed it. This is something that
Hi,
is
Tiffany.
crucial for us, and we had to work to that place. So we always check in like this because I'm a talker. My wife isn't. And
Right.
there's times when I got big feelings, I'm like, yo, we got to deal with this right now. So I learned that we had to start designating a time once a week where we can check in and talk about what's going on with us.
Mm-hmm.
And we're religious about Thursdays. We're checking in, and we do it live. We do it live because, man, we're not playing games with this. We're not faking and fronting on what this podcast really is or what we're doing with our marriage ministry. We want people to see, yes, even though we mentor people and we deal with challenges too. It's not about the conflict. The absence of conflict does not mean you have peace.
That's right.
Like we want people to know, yes, challenges are going to come because marriage is under attack, but it's about how to manage the challenges in an effective way so that we are still moving in the way that God wants us to move, showing up and serving each other and loving each other. Now, this is the lowest ratings we had probably since February. Probably since February. Like this was some like we've been nine, tens, 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 nine. This has been a rough week where her and I wasn't on the same page. So and you see us, we're working through it in real time. Like this is a real
So can
time.
I tell you something?
Yeah.
Can I jump in there real quick? So, it's really frustrating, right? To because we know why. We know what's been happening. We know we've been under attack. We know why we've been under attack. But to have that knowledge and like still kind of struggle,
Yeah.
like I don't feel like we passed the test.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was that's frustrating because
Yeah.
it's like, yo, like come on, like I don't want to do this. Like I know what this is. Like come on.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
Hey, and I get it. Like that's the thing. So
And we
this.
talked about it because we said it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the spiritual warfare is real, family. Like this is the reason why we do this. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
this is the reason why we go live, why we talk to things, because we're going to bring you real, raw, and honest, kingdom driven
Am I
conversations.
saying that right? Avaya? Am I saying that right?
Like
See, I got to catch the replay. I appreciate y'all sharing the purpose of why you're doing this. Much bravery to do it publicly.
Oh yeah,
God bless.
oh yeah, yeah. Well,
Mm-hmm.
we do this because so many times you
Yeah.
hear you and what I'm telling you right now is feedback we get from people that watch us. They say, "Yo, y'all are just so real." Like I feel like we're in the living room with you guys. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
And for real, it started. Um, the whole reason we started doing it live was because people asked.
yeah,
And then too, we kind of realized that in our we didn't have that exposure. Neither of us was exposed to healthy relationships, and we would always see people kind of talk about. I ain't saying they was living it, but I'm saying they was talking about these perfect marriages, and it's like, oh, okay, that's dope. Like how did y'all get there? Like, you
right,
know what I mean? Just expecting a level of transparency about the work that goes into it, because I think it was, if y'all made it and you want to share it, share the steps, share your process so that other people can make it, and nobody really was doing that.
yeah,
um
yeah.
and I don't know if it's because it won't all that was
Cracked up to be,
there,
yeah,
yeah, it wasn't
that they
all
was
that was being
portraying,
portrayed, yeah.
yeah,
Or what the issue was, but it was like, you know what, we gonna figure this thing out, and we're gonna do it in real life,
yeah. We're gonna do it
in
in
real
real,
time.
yeah, because what we're doing, man, is we're exposing lies. Like we're breaking strongholds and we're rebuilding marriages in God's original design, man. And I know you guys. There's a lot of social media people. And I'm not. First of all, I'm not knocking anybody's ministry or what God called them to do. That's not what I'm doing. But
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying is a lot of people out there fronting, pretending, and portraying something that is good and it's really not. And then
Yeah.
they act like, oh, thus saith the Lord, and all you got to do is pray, and you like, and then you think like you're not supposed to have no struggles or challenges in your marriage. And so when you start having struggles and challenges, it's like I don't know how to deal with this. But
Mm-hmm.
this is why we do our check-ins, man. Like I said, we had a rough week. We're not in a good place right now as far as our communication, but we're gonna work through this because we want people to see just because you guys aren't seeing eye to eye doesn't mean that you're not gonna show up for each other. Because like we say all the time, first and foremost, I'm obedient to the Lord. That is my first priority. So I have to be obedient. I have to be responsible. I have to focus on serving God. And how do I do that? Whether I'm upset, happy, sad, mad, angry, disappointed, frustrated, I have to honor this gift that He's given me right here. I have to honor my wife. So yeah, I'm frustrated with her. I feel some type of way right now. But that is still my wife. That is still the person I chose to be with for the rest of this life. That is the gift that God blessed me with. So you know what we're gonna
I'm the
do?
gift that keeps on
We're
giving.
gonna work through it. Yeah, she giving headaches at times, like, but nah, but we're gonna work through it though because this ain't going nowhere, and we have the tools to manage it. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you guys are on here. So if you're feeling this, like,
Trying to
share,
adjust my
send this to
little
somebody.
thing.
Yeah, Keisha, you caught that. Yeah, she had a headache right now, but even with the frustration is we still talk, we still communicate, we still show up for each other. It's just a little tough. You know what I'm saying? The feelings are there. So
And let me tell y'all how I knew. I knew I was having some feelings.
she's
This
perfect.
Joker,
Stop, Keisha.
yes I
Stop.
am.
Stop, Keisha. We're not
Yes
doing
I
that, Keisha.
am. Come
We're
on and
not
talk
doing
to
that.
him,
We're
sis.
not
Talk
doing
to
that,
him.
GI. We're not doing that, GI.
So this Joker right here texted me earlier. Whenever we're walking, normally I'm in the office and he works from home. But today, and the only reason I agreed to, I said I was gonna work from home because they was calling for thunderstorms earlier. Needless to say, we ain't getting none. But anyway, so Mr. Right here decided I'm going to the office. I was like, what? Oh, all right. Then he gonna text me because anytime I'm in the office and he's at home, we text back and forth throughout the day, just checking in with one another, whatever. And so he texts me, and it's always hey beautiful or whatever. Why are you laughing? Because you know what you did.
What'd I do, babe?
Hey, beloved. That's what he called me when he mad. Right? When he in his feelings, is hey beloved, how's your day going? Because he want to stay with the routine, right? Because that's part of he dying to himself, so he still got to do the things, do all the things, and check all the boxes. But when he hit me with that beloved, and he done already told me, I already know he hit me with beloved. That means that's all he got. And it's taking all he got to call. Man, I was like,
Why did that
I
bother
was like,
you?
beloved. I bet.
Why did that bother you?
Because I know what that means.
What does it mean?
It means you feeling some type of way. Yeah, and you know not to be like, hey, Geisha. Because he don't never call me by my government. Because that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a whole nother problem in addition to the problem that's making him call me by my government.
All right, real quick. When you're mad at your spouse, what is the name you use? Not a curse name, not a disrespectful name, but when you're upset with your spouse, do you call your spouse by their government, their whole name, or do you call them something else? For me, if we're having a tough time, but I want to keep showing up for my wife, hey beloved, I got to walk on God's daughter. Hey God's daughter, I got to remind myself who I'm talking to because this thing got me 38 hot right now. So I got to still show up in gentleness and kindness and walk in the fruit of the spirit. So I got to remind myself. You know what I'm saying? So drop in a comment. What is something you call your spouse when you're frustrated? You guys are in a tough place, but you just talk. I get it.
Just go. Let me get straight to the point.
Just go talk.
You know,
Yeah.
if you in the room that I'm talking to you, so I don't need to call your name.
Okay, Joy said government name. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's only me and you in here, so you know I'm talking to you.
And I know she come off hard like
Yeah,
this.
who else in here? It's just me and you. And he probably look up like, you talking to me? Who else I'm talking to? I'm messing with you, Keith. Yeah, but
Don't do my girl like that.
all right. So, I want to get into it, man. We want to talk about communication. And we know communication can be tough, man. And if your marriage is feeling more like a battlefield right now, and this episode is for you, man, because we're going to talk about how to work through it. Most couples don't have communication problems. I'm gonna be real with you, right? They have a safety problem. Think about that. When it really comes down to your communication, it's not that you don't know how to communicate. The problem is we don't feel safe communicating.
Oh, that's funny. So I gotta tell you, it's just funny you say that, and it reminded me of something. One of my clients said this to me about 2 weeks ago, and I love it so much. I'm about to put it on one of my shirts. They're saying on my shirt.
Yeah.
So don't y'all steal it here. I better not see it on nobody's shirt as I'm moving. But we always talk about, and you always hear people say, you're a soft girl, Earl, da 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 da.
Yeah.
And so what she said to me was, a soft girl is a safe girl.
I remember that. Yeah,
I said, yo, And I told her up front, I was like, yo, I'm about to steal that.
Yeah, I remember
I'm
you
about to
told
take
me.
that. Yeah, I'm definitely about to take that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
What's up,
when y'all see it
Maria?
on my hey Maria, when y'all see it on my shirt,
Yeah.
that's what it means.
Soft girl is a safe girl.
Mm-hmm.
Safe girl is a soft girl. Yeah.
That's it.
So, like I was saying, man, we're talking about communication. And when it comes to communication, man, we weren't taught spirit led communication, right?
No, at all.
We were taught how to react, how to defend, how to control, and how to shut down. Now, I want you to think about where you fall in that. Are you reactive?
He said, don't forget to send my shirt.
Yeah, are you reactive or are you defensive or are you controlling or do you just shut down? I want you to think about that. But tonight, man, we're going to dig deep and we're going to reclaim what communication in a kingdom driven marriage should be like, what it was meant to be. All right. So, why communication isn't just about talking. And I want you to think about this. Like, think about this question. I want you to drop it in the chat. What's the hardest part about communication for you? Okay. What is the hardest part about communication for you? All right. So now, the most dangerous crack in communication is poor communication because it's not usually about what was said, but about what was heard. I want you to think about that. Amy, having the courage to start the conversation. Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, I want you to think about it. A lot of times, hey, communication, like 7% of communication is only words, right? So I want you to think about body language, about tone, rate, volume, like all that. Like, because like only 7% of communication is words. So if only 7% is words, I want you to think about what a person is actually hearing. Not understanding each other. Yeah, that's critical, Joy. I really want you to think about what a person is hearing, right? Miscommunication. Now I need you to understand this.
Can we stay right there for a second?
Go ahead.
So yeah, so the other thing about that is, and you said it was what was the percentage?
7.
7% is what's actually said.
Yes.
Like verbal communication.
Yes.
And so that means that the other 93%
yeah.
comes from facial expression, body language, all of that, right?
Yeah.
And then based on those, and I'm guilty of it too, and I still do it. I will assign a meaning to a facial expression in a heartbeat. And then based on that meaning, immediately following comes the narrative.
Respond to
And now I'm responding not to what was said. I'm responding to the narrative that I created based on your face and your body language. Not what you said.
Yeah. I know what you said, but this is what I heard.
This is being real.
Think about it. We appreciate your honesty. Your honesty. So
now I'm getting a little better with it, but I'm just saying.
I was just gonna say, hand me the candy. That's all. I didn't mean to look up like that. I was just thinking. But what you got in your cup? I need something to drink real quick. My pipes is hot. I need something. I'm hot. I just got hot real quick. Something happened. Like lightning. I don't know, but something happened.
Y'all see how he do me? And then all that all day long, you know what? I didn't eat your little cherry ones. I throw them right back in the bag.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm not worried about you doing anything you shouldn't be. I know you're gonna show up and love me no matter how tough it is. I ain't worried about.
Would you like it?
Can I have some of your drink, please?
You want some of my drink?
Yes, please.
For your hot pipes?
Yes, please. All right. So
out of this cup.
Yes, please. Why we gotta go through that? Welcome like
he humble now, ain't it, y'all? Oh, not much in there.
Nah, but so I want you to think about this. Miscommunication often reveals
each other. Yeah.
Yeah. Miscommunication often reveals deeper wounds. Not just different words. And like Geisha said, she hears not what I said at times, but what she infers or what she thinks she's receiving based on my facial expressions, my tone, my rate, my value, how much I'm talking.
Huge.
How quick I'm talking.
That's huge.
She tell me, you think you're just so smooth. Huh? All right, where is that coming from?
Cause he do.
Where
and you know what he say? No, you think I'm smooth. Oh, and that burns me up even more.
Listen, I think the thing about this communication, man, a lot of times when we run into trouble is deeper wounds there that haven't been addressed, right?
It's
And
facts.
when we have needs, and when these needs are expressed, right,
Mm-hmm.
we have like, so if I come to my wife, right, and I'm telling her some things that are going on, some things that I'm thinking or feeling, a lot of times what she's hearing, or she comes to me, she tells something I'm not doing right, and I'm not in a good position to receive what she's saying. What we hear a lot of times, and this goes for y'all too, we hear accusations, disappointment,
Mm-hmm.
and personal failure. So now that is the lens that we're filtering everything through.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Uh-huh.
Uh, That is the lens that we're filtering everything. So whenever you go to your spouse with some real issues or some challenges or something that's coming up, a lot of times all we're hearing is accusation, disappointment, and personal failure. I need you to hear something real quick, right? When your spouse brings you an issue, they're not attacking you.
Come on.
When your spouse comes to you to bring you a challenge or an issue, they're not attacking you. They're revealing, hey, I'm feeling alone right now. Hey, this is going on. I'm not happy. I'm upset. I'm discouraged. But it's not an attack on you. No.
But you know what it is? A lot of times, and you, I don't know, you brought this to my attention. I was about to say, well, you accused me of this earlier, but accused was not the right language. You brought this to my attention earlier, right? I can't remember if it was today or yesterday, but anyway, about that self-reflective piece, because
Today
we get
and
caught,
yeah, today and yesterday. But go ahead. I ain't counting. Love don't keep scores.
y'all.
Go ahead. Thank you, Keisha.
He
Okay,
about to
finally,
have
Keisha finally come on the right side. Okay,
he
Keisha.
about to have two dotted eyes. No, I'm joking. But no, when you're caught in that headspace of feeling personally attacked,
Yeah,
right? And or feeling like, the wounds as far as like that failure, those insecurities, that, that invalidation, whatever the case to be. Instead, and it requires that we shift that thinking to be, okay, let me listen to really understand what my spouse is saying.
yeah,
Because again, that's my person.
yes.
So they're not attacking me.
So
What they're saying to me is, could be related to da 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 da. You know what I mean? But whatever it is, I know that they're not attacking me because I know my spouse. And then that kind of brings us back to that whole speaking up to you. You got to challenge that narrative and so forth and so on. But, you know,
I'm glad you brought that up because I'm gonna sit right there for a minute, right?
bingo, Keisha.
Because right, it's and I'm gonna ask you this question because me and my wife are gonna park this thing right here. It's a lot more to cover, but like I said, we're working through things in real time, and I want to show you what this is gonna look like, right? So we're gonna park this thing right here, but I want you to answer this question. I'm gonna drop it right now. When your spouse brings up something hard, something they don't like, something they need, something you just ain't doing
Mhm.
or are doing that's bothering them. When your spouse brings up something hard to you, do you feel the need to defend, fix, or disappear? When your spouse brings up something that's hard for you to receive, whether they like, something they dislike, something they need, something that you ain't doing, something that you are doing, that's not right, that's not helping in the situation, do you feel the need to defend, to fix, or disappear? Keisha said fix. I get it. I get it. So now we're gonna work through this on
I
real.
defend.
Yes,
What do you do?
fix. I want to fix.
Hmm.
You disagree?
Um, I'll come back to it.
No.
Cause no. So the reason is I was thinking. So there was a time when yes, you would jump in and it's like you want to fix it because you want to fix da 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 da.
Okay.
And so I had what I was thinking about was like how you present, because understanding that um people's fix it looks different.
Yeah.
And for you, yes, it is fixing. It's it's because you know how I always say it's intense and it's a lot of talking and
Hmm.
it's all those things. And but that's the fixer in you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and this is the thing. So I'm about to tell you, like, so my wife, and we talked about, and this is why attachment styles are so important, right? I am anxious that I'm not gonna say I am. I thought I fit under the category. I don't like to use I am and say anything negative about myself, right? So I fit under the category. I
Your attachments.
no. I like how you my behaviors present.
Oh,
I like how you use that. Like
hmm
my behaviors present as anxious attachment,
hmm
right? I want to fix, and it comes to trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to fix. I want to make sure things are in control really quickly. If something goes wrong, I want to latch on. I want to. All right, I don't want this to fall apart, and that can be due to abandonment. That can be due to rejection. You know, that can be due to like things being out of control. Like so, I'm quick. I want to fix. I don't want things to fall apart, right? So now, to you, and we alluded to this earlier. This was a very tough week,
hmm
and I need you to know that when people and when people talk about I'm fighting for my marriage, I have a different take on that. Me fighting for my marriage is coming to you saying, "Hey, Geisha, I don't like this." Me fighting for my marriage is saying, "Hey, Geisha, I'm having a hard time with this." Me fighting for my marriage is, "Hey, this isn't right. We're not seeing eye to eye. We're not connecting. I want to address this so we can fix it and work it out and move forward." Me fighting for my marriage is humbling myself and being vulnerable to say, "Hey, I'm not happy right now. I'm upset. I had some challenges." That's me fighting for my marriage. It's never to try to belittle you, to hurt you, to chastise you, to criticize you, to 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 make you feel less than,
hmm
to make you feel like you're just a failure, that you're not doing anything right. Look at me. And if I come across that way and I'm presenting that way, then I truly do apologize. Because that's not my intention. I know attention don't mean nothing. It's about how things are being received.
hmm
I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to make you think you don't do nothing right. You do way more right than you do wrong. And I love you, so I bring these things to you because I want to make sure that we're moving the way we're supposed to be moving. I carry a heavy responsibility. I carry a weight. When I bring these things to you and you do get defensive and you get dismissive or you become avoidant, that hurts me. It puts me in a place where I don't feel respected. It puts me in a place where I feel rejected. It puts me in a place where I feel like I'm ready to start beating on my chest because hold on, you don't what when have I ever been somebody? When have I ever been that guy that my word goes out and comes back void? And I still struggle with that. And so when you see me get quiet or you see that's the battle I'm fighting because now my pride and ego is activated because now it's like you're writing me off. You don't respect me. You think like you can dismiss me or belittle me. Now I know that's not true. I know you love me. I know you respect me.
hmm
I know you're able to follow my leadership. I know you are submissive. I know you're obedient. I know you struggle with that. I know.
I was with you up until
No, you're obedient and you know how to be obedient. You haven't been acting like it lately, but you know how to be obedient. But when I bring things to you, baby, it's really to work through things and say, hey, this ain't right. Not you're wrong. Not I'm right. This ain't right based on how we say we're going to do things.
hmm
So I need you to know that.
I received that. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying
All right. I want you to think about this. When it comes to your spouse, real quick, go ahead.
that. So, and I can't remember if you said this or not. I know you said that your behaviors present as anxious
Anxious attachment.
attachment.
Yeah, I didn't talk about yours yet.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. You can talk about yours.
I was just gonna say, so mine's I'm avoidant.
Yeah.
I have an avoidant attachment style.
Yeah.
Or I present with an avoidant attachment style. And what that means is I don't want to be bothered with it. Mm-mm. First sign of trouble, I'm leaving the room. And when I say leaving the room, I'm talking about mentally. I'm out.
Check all the
Like,
way out.
you will be talking, and I'll be still sitting there looking and blinking, and I'm probably singing a song or something in my head. Like, I don't know. I might be on to the task I have for the next day. It's no telling where I'm at. But wherever I'm at, it ain't right there listening to you. And how long did you stand for your marriage? We'll come back to that. But yeah, so what happens is I so that mean what that means is that how we respond to conflict is very different. It's very different from one another. And in order to show up in a way that was respectful, that is respectful to each other, right? And in order to resolve the conflict, we had to first identify like this is how we present this this whole attachment style. We know where it came from. We know what it is. We know what it looks like. And that was the first thing we had to do in order to learn to resolve our conflict, I think.
Yeah, we still miss the mark sometimes. Joy,
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
Joy, we're the op. So you, yeah, your
Always.
husband is like my wife, and you're like me. But when
And we say that all the time.
yeah,
In 90, I think we had one couple that we worked with that we were like
yeah, I was like the
perfectly
man, and the
aligned.
woman was yeah. But the thing about it is, what she just talked about when she checks out, I don't think she understands what that does to me because I
Yeah.
see her check out. And I know in my heart, in my mind, I'm not trying. I'm focusing on being gentle and kind because I know her checkout is due to trauma.
Do you
Due
know
to
I'm about to check out with this stay in the cup?
there was hardly nothing in there. So I know her checkout is due to trauma and some things that was in her childhood, how she like what she her relationship with conflict.
Mm-hmm.
And we work through that time. And there's some times where things are just a little bit harder to work through. And we're in one of those moments. We had one of these weeks where it was a little bit harder to work through. We were tricked. Now we know why. We know it's spiritual warfare. We talked about it. We also talked to our marriage mentors last night. Like when we call in the big guns. And our struggle, real quick, our struggle. Yeah, Joy, that checkout irritates the mess out of me, Joy. Like it irks me. It grates my soul. Like it's like, yo, like, and then the defensiveness when I tell her she got what movie was it where oh it was Men in Black when he's talking about his eyes blinked. You know what I mean? Like a shield comes across the eye. It was the first Men in Black, like it was an alien, and the eyes blink, and the shield
With the
came.
vertical.
Yes. She gets she gets them things come across her eyes, and when it disappears, a whole other person. You know what I'm saying? Like her inner child comes out, little Geisha, and I can't stand that little heifer. I ain't gonna lie to you, cause she'll sit there looking at me just blinking, and man, it takes everything I have not for little D to come out and the gorilla to start coming out and me starting going, being like, yo. So we have to work through that. But Joy, I want you to know it's possible. That like we had to take pause, we take breaks, we put pin in it. Hey, I need some time to work through these things. But real quick,
Today he just told me he won't talk to me though.
I say I need a minute. I said I'm not talking to you right now. You said, are we not talking? So I'm not talking to
Because
you right
I'm just
now.
a talking.
I need a
I'm
minute.
regular.
I said, I'm not talking to you right now. Give me a minute. I
You
said
said
that.
no.
I said, I'm not talking to you right now. Give me a minute.
You did end with give me a minute.
Yes.
But you was absolutely not talking to me, and then I guess you thought about it, so you added that on the end.
I am not speaking to you. I can say that.
You're right. As long as you remember
Give
the
me a
added on
minute.
the y'all.
Give me a minute. I'm not speaking to you right now. Give me a
Mm-hmm.
minute.
Yeah.
I needed a minute. You know what I'm saying? So that I don't say, something that I have to go back and apologize for latest things I know I shouldn't say, or things that or do things I know I shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
real quick, if any of this is resonating with you, drop a thumbs up in the chat. Share this, like this,
It
like
was a question. I'm sorry.
about standing for the like. If you're asking us, we're standing to the end of time. We stand every day.
Is
So
it a
you have to like you can't ask us like we're never going to tell you how long you should stand. And for us, how long we stood, we stand every time we have conflict, every time we have disagreements, every time things ain't peaches and roses or sunshine and rainbows. We're choosing to stand. Now, we tell the people that we work with who are standing for their marriage, we're not going to tell you how long you should stand. What we are going to say, what is God calling you to do? Because how long, it's not for me to tell you how long you should stand, because I'm always going to err on God's side. I'm always going to, what did God tell you? Now, the question is, how are we going to help you show up and stand and not doubt, not get discouraged, not get frustrated, not quit because the enemy's leaning on you, putting a lot of pressure on you to get you to walk away from what God is calling you to do. That's what we focus on. That's what we help you with. So the question about how long do we stand, we're not a good reference because we're standing for life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the hard, and we've proven that. And we bounce back from some terrible things in our marriage, but we're not giving up on each other. We're not giving up on what God called us to do. Now the question is, it's not about how long you stand. What is God calling you to do? Are you willing to be obedient to God? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is the only comment I'm gonna make about this tonight. Standing has nothing to do with your spouse. What God called you to, if God called you to stand, that has nothing to do with your spouse is or is not doing. All right, moving forward, right? I want you to think about this. Is your response to conflict shaped more by your past than by your partner? Is your response to conflict shaped more by your past than by your spouse? Think about that. Let's get real.
Question.
Like we talking about this.
Yeah.
We talking about this. Is your response to conflict shaped more by your past than by your spouse?
I'm gonna have to use that.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So I know my wife. It's about. We got a couple more minutes. I want to get into the 4 destructive communication styles real quick.
Talk to me.
So there's four destructive communication styles.
And number one is when you got to use these. I'm joking.
So this is what shows up. This is how you know if you have unhealthy communication, right? And I want you to think about where you fall in at. You have the shutdowner. If I say nothing, it'll go away. Drop a thumbs up if that's you. Fear the shut. No, just put in shutdowner. Shutdowner. Thank you, Crystal, for the rose. Thank you for the follow. Hey guys, if you ain't following us, be sure to follow. Be sure to like and share. Thank you, Crystal.
Yeah.
So real quick,
Definitely.
shutdowner. If I say nothing, go ahead, baby.
If I don't say nothing, he gonna shut up quicker.
Since the time we've been together, does that work?
No, but I no.
Why do we still do it?
I don't know. I guess it's hopeful.
Chill will. Let me see if I can tag my whatchamacallit.
When can I make more phone call? Okay.
I'm trying to see if I can send up the notice.
While you doing that, yeah. So let me tell you what the shutdowner do, because that's my specialty. That is
Go
my
ahead,
MO.
go ahead, talk about the shutdown.
Yeah. So in my mind, I'm thinking if I don't say nothing, the quicker this gonna be over. Because my husband uses a lot of words. and normally when I'm in shutdown mode, he is in fix it mode, which means it is very boom, boom, boom. We got to take care of this and we got to do it right now. And da 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 da. And I am like, yo, this is like intense and this is a lot right now. And I don't really want to do this right now. And so yeah, so it's between the quicker he gonna shut up, or if he hear himself talking, then maybe he'll feel like, he been validated, right? Because the other thing I do is, you know what, you're right, you got it. It's still shut down. Just because I said that one little that one little phrase, it really is, it's still not me engaging.
Yeah.
Right. And being accessible and really having and really resolving the issue. That is still me shutting down. That's me trying to rush through the process. I'm not even rushing through the process. I'm rushing past the process.
Yeah, yeah,
We are here. I'm trying to get there at the end. I want the results. And so let's jump to the resolution. But there's a process to get to that resolution.
yeah.
And normally that's what the shutdowner is doing. It's like they want to get there because the in between is very uncomfortable for us.
Chill Will, send me a message, brother. I don't know. I don't know. This is my first time using the studio, so I can't find what you call it. But send me a message, Chill Will. So you heard my wife. She is the shutdowner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm. Absolutely. All day, every day, and twice on Sundays.
Okay. For me, well, now I ain't gonna get to me yet. The next one, the lash out leader. I win by being louder or harsher. If that's you, drop that in the comments. The lash out leader. All right. I win by being louder and being harsher. Then we have the passive aggressive partner. You'll figure it out eventually. Cool. I ain't even gonna say nothing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You'll figure it out again.
I got your question.
So, Rowdy Mama, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, my answer to that is yes, because once again, if God called you to stand for your marriage, it is not based on your husband's rebellion in this season.
What is it based on, babe?
It's based on what God's plan is, what his timeline is. It's based on what God is calling you to do. The problem is, Rowdy Mama D, you're trying to filter God through the actions or inactions of your husband, and then want to question, well, if God called you to stand, then yes, it's going to be tough, it's going to be hard, it's going to be difficult, and it's not going to look the way you want to do. So remove your timeline from God's process.
Mm.
And focus on surrendering to what God is trying to do with you in this season. And if you need help with that, reach out to us. Send us a message. All right. The passive aggressive partner, you'll figure it out eventually. I ain't even gonna say it, you'll figure it out. Cool. Yeah, George, send us a message, man. We can talk through that, what that looks like. And it's important to have support, a community of people that are right run. We have a couple of our mentees on here tonight. If you want to drop, like, shoot a thumbs up. If you're one of our mentees and you get value out of what we're doing and the community and the support, just drop a thumbs up in there to let Joy know, let Rowdy Mama know that there's some sisters that are here that want to support her and help her through this, because it ain't easy. But when you got people that's guiding you, loving you, encouraging you, it makes a world of difference, man.
Absolutely.
It's about having tools and resources. Yeah. So the avoider, let's just act like nothing happened.
Oh yeah, that's me too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I looked over at you.
Yeah. Let me.
Thanks for the follow, Rowdy Mama. Yeah, that's why
me.
that's why I looked over at you. I said, you put a couple of things up on there.
I do. Because if it ain't the first one, then it's that one.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm the lash out leader. But not intentionally being louder and harsher, but I'm gonna keep talking until we get this right. I'm gonna keep talking
and talking and talking. And then when he talks some more. And then just when you think he done, he talking some more. Now all of this talking and talking and talking and talking and talking, he's saying the same thing.
because I'm not feeling heard. So if I keep saying it, maybe eventually she'll stop. Like, well, you know what? This brother keeps saying this thing 11,000 times. Let me listen to what he's saying finally. Because I'm just like, okay, I'm going to keep saying it. Because I know she's going, maybe while she's floating around up in outer space, she might hear this when it trigger to come back home.
Now, what does redundancy do for me?
Makes her float even higher. She be on Mars. Let me check if he's still talking. All she hearing is
Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown.
She's sitting there like, And I'm sitting there like, and she's sitting there looking at me like no one's home.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh, hey, redeemed Liana, I get it. Like we don't go to sleep mad, okay? Yeah, your husband ain't listen. Yeah, Joy, we're like sister. We're like my sister from another mister. We're like
He sleep peacefully.
oh, I didn't read the last part of Liana. Nah, so one thing we do is we make sure we don't go to bed angry. We can still be in our feelings, but we kiss. Every night I'm praying over my wife. Every night I'm praying. I'm on my knees on her side of the bed, mad, teed off, fish greet hot. You understand what I'm saying? 38 hot. I don't care. I'm praying over my wife. There's times she was so mad she would go to sleep before me, before I can even get to prayer. Then here goes this narrative, and you didn't even pray over me last night. All the things are you sure? Is that based in facts or based in feelings? Danny, what's up? Danny, you missed it. Danny,
And
Danny, I had to break out beloved today, Danny. I had to break out beloved. She was beloved today, Danny. Oh, poor thing, homesick. Sorry to hear that. We'll be praying for you.
absolutely.
Praying for you and Jay. Yeah, but um,
And
we
and
yeah.
this is the other thing. So it's certain routines that we
What
have.
did I do to her? See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You, Keisha, y'all need to stop tripping, man. What did she do to me?
They know what it is. They know what it is.
What did she do to me? That's what y'all need to be asking.
That is
I'm the victim. I was victimizations. You know?
what?
Nah, but
Yeah, but no, it's certain routines and that we don't stray from,
yeah, yeah.
right? And one of them is, and like you said, it's not that we can go to bed and we can still have our feelings, which is
Wow.
cool. That's right.
These women stick together. Hey, fellas, I'm outnumbered.
That's right.
I need fellas to come on through now.
And
Sheesh. Wow. The audacity.
yes, yes. And so, but it's certain things that and I know. I think I might have said that to you like one time about you didn't pray over me
Yeah,
last
it's
night.
only one time.
Yeah,
One
and
time.
then it was like after that, it's like even if I go to sleep before him, I know he's doing it, whether I'm aware of it or not. I know that he did it. Like I am fully confident that I was prayed over that night and I was covered. Um, and then the other thing is like how we sleep. That's huge for me. You feeling some? You got some feelings, baby?
Yeah, yeah.
You want to talk about it?
Just to hear you say that, like, um, the congruency that you know without a doubt how I'm going to show up. You know what to expect from me. You know that I'm gonna be obedient to God, and because the reason why it hit me because I wasn't always this man, and I did some things to hurt you, and I did some things to break our marriage, and I've been working hard at every day. Every day I work hard at being a better man every day, and to know that you have that much trust in me after everything I did, that you trust me the way you do, you love me the way you do, and you see me. Like I felt seen. Like you like that right there. I don't know what and it's not the first time he said it. I don't know what got me emotional about it now. But I guess because we were having such a hard day and you know that no matter what this day brings, how hard it is, I'm still gonna do my routines. I'm still gonna go to wake up praying for you on my knees. I'm going to bed praying for you on my knees. And I'm still gonna show up and love you in spite of. And just for you to acknowledge that it kind of caught me off guard. So yeah. Yeah.
It might have just been because of the halo on the wings that Danny was
Nah,
talking about.
whatever.
No, but yeah, I do know, and I know
Danny,
that's one of the.
text us after this. We will address that offline.
Oh, I ain't even okay.
Oh, are you saying like you just don't know where he's at right now? Or is it, I got you,
Oh,
Dad.
thing,
Yeah, yeah.
on the thing.
Okay. We can't stick to a routine and we end up praying separately. Okay.
Yeah, it's a commitment. It takes a
Yeah,
commitment. It's
yeah,
like a no matter what this thing is happening. You
yeah.
know how like no matter what you gonna eat, no matter what you gonna drink some water,
No
no
matter
matter
what, you
what
going
you
to the
go in the
back.
bathroom.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's a no matter what type situation, and you have to have that level of commitment to it,
yeah.
right? I know that no matter what, when I go to bed,
Oh, that's dope.
he better be in receiving position.
Yeah. Look, so
That's what I know.
she likes to be the little spoon on the big spoon, so she know like by and normally I go to bed before her, but it's rare that I'm up after her. So if I'm up after her, that it's almost like she has to check in with me because that is a danger sign for me right there due to being in recovery from addiction.
Hmm.
So anytime I'm up past 11, 12 o'clock, like she checks like, hey, everything good because something's going on with me. And it don't have to be bad, but I'm off my routine.
Hmm.
And for me to be off my routine, that's a sign. Like she knows to look for, okay, he's in the kitchen rummaging. He's he's rummaging in the kitchen. Something's going on with him. He's up late. Something's going on. He's sleeping in. Now she wants me to sleep in. She encourages me to sleep in, but something's off with my husband. Let me check in on him because that's not his normal routine.
Hmm.
So I love the fact that I have a routine and I'm consistent, and she knows how to read that and look. Okay, I got to do something a little different and check in with my husband to see what's going on. But real quick, we pass this out. Go ahead. Go ahead. No,
No,
no, go ahead.
no,
What was you
no.
about to say? You about to say something? Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, oh,
No,
you better
no.
hurry up and go through.
All right, so I want to leave you with this, right? Let me give you some tools real quick to help with your conflict, and we'll finish this up next week, all right? But avoiding conflict does not create peace, family. I need you to know that, okay? It creates pressure, and pressure eventually bursts pipes.
Mm.
Avoiding conflict does not create peace, it creates pressure, and pressure busts pipes. So we're gonna leave you with some tools, right? What I want you to do is I want you to track, get some paper, and I want you to track down your go-to reactions.
And then let me go ahead and say this now before he even gets to the tools. Okay. If you can't write fast or type it in your phone and your notes fast, go ahead and send a message saying, send it to me. Send me the tools, the communication tools, right? Because we don't know how to put it in the chat. We,
Yeah,
we, we, we on a new thing today. So we ain't figured out how to put it into the comments yet. So if you know that that's not your strong suit, go on and send a message to say, send me the communication tools from
look,
the
Danny
night.
said, please send it to us. For now, I'm gonna get this TikTok live. I'm gonna have polls. Next week. I have a little bit better with the communication on here, right? But
Oh,
track. Go ahead, babe.
no, I'm just gonna say I'm just gonna learn about TikTok period because you know that's not my thing.
Yeah. So I want you to track your go-to. We want you to track your go-to reaction. When you're frustrated, you're upset, when something's going wrong in your marriage, when your spouse is bringing something to you, what is your go to reaction? Okay? Two, I want you to identify your triggers. What triggers you? And I'm going to drop something real on you. And me and my wife, we talk about this a lot. This is what we tell our mentees. Your triggers are not your spouse or anyone else's responsibility.
That's right.
My triggers are not my wife's responsibility. Her triggers are not my responsibility.
That's right. I can't
You,
expect for him or anybody else to tiptoe around my
yeah,
triggers.
the world is not going to tiptoe around your triggers. So you have to learn to identify and process through the things that you trigger. Now, I can share with my wife this, what she does triggers me. But it's my job to deal with the triggers. It's my job to effectively manage it. It's my job to process it.
Mm.
And one way you can do that, the last two, learn to pause and reflect. Why your whole face just changed?
Y'all think he talking about me?
Learn to pause and reflect before responding. Don't I know? Don't you don't got to confer. You don't got to agree. You don't got to confirm
So you
or
don't think she's
nothing.
talking about
Just
me?
just sit there and listen for what is making this person say this to me. What about me right now?
I like, well, what about you make you feel like it's okay for you to say that to me? That's why I'm at with it.
Yeah, but so real quick, we'll finish this up next week. Be sure to join us. Remember, every Monday morning at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Every Monday morning at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, 7:30 Eastern Time. We get on for prayer.
We do not get on for
I'm sorry,
prayer.
I get on for prayer for restoration of marriage and families. Join us every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know, we're live for the Reclaimed and Restored Marriage podcast. Every Friday morning at 8 a.m., we're on here for gratitude check-in, where we show gratitude for God and what he did for us this week, gratitude for ourselves, what we did that we said we were going to do or what we didn't do that we said we wasn't going to do. In some way, we're going to show gratitude for our spouse. We're
Oh,
going to
excuse
appreciate our
me.
spouse for something they did or did not do this week. Okay. So
So Monday is prayer,
prayer,
7:30 a.m.
yep,
prayer, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
7:30
I'm
a.m.
sorry, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah,
Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Reclaim and Restore Marriage podcast.
yes, ma'am.
And then we breaks it down and gets to the nitty
Get to the
gritty,
nitty gritty.
the
Yes, ma'am.
nitty and the
The
gritty.
nitty and the
And
gritty.
then Friday mornings at 7, no, I'm sorry, at 8:30.
Yes, ma'am.
8:30
8
a.m.
o'clock. 8 o'clock.
Oh, I'm sorry. So Friday mornings at 8 a.m., 8 o'clock a.m., you have your
Yeah, gratitude check-in.
gratitude check-in. Okay. So 3 times a week you can get a little encouragement, a little support.
Right, right. And you know what I mean? And come join us, man. Like people that know that join us, like real quick, if you join us for prayers on Mondays, if you join us for prayer, I mean for our Thursday live with the podcast, if you join us on Friday morning, like drop in the comments some of the things you experience, like what that means for you, what's your takeaways are, like drop it if it has any impact on you.
Yes.
I'm gonna give you a couple minutes to do that now before my wife rushes us off, but like because
Because he know what's coming.
yeah, because you know we're building a community right now. We're building a community of marriage disciples, people that are going to reclaim and restore marriages, reclaim and restore families. Like you know, we want people to be successful out here and operating in God's will and way. So, like, let us know if you get anything from that. If any of it, like those Monday mornings, if any of that resonates with you, like let us know real quick before we got to get ready to go. For my wife rushes us up off of here.
Amy says I have.
Thank you, Amy, for sharing that.
Danny said it's teaching us there is power in prayer and it's possible to restore what was broken. Yes.
Amen. Amen. Yes, it is possible. It is possible.
Amy says I have more peace.
Thank you. Thank you guys for dropping in, and we appreciate that. And real quick, it's not about us. I'm gonna be like I told somebody, I told a mentee earlier, it's ain't about us, it's about what God is doing. Still hard to trust, but it's coming. It
All
absolutely is gonna
right.
come.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, it absolutely is gonna come. You know, it absolutely is going to come. But, you know, this ain't about us. This is about what God is doing. And we are so grateful for you guys. We know you guys can be anywhere else in the world right now, doing anything else than listen to Derek and Geisha. But we appreciate you guys' support. We,
Absolutely.
yeah, we love you guys. We're glad that you spend time with us and you're on. And
Joy said I'll join on Monday. I've joined the Friday Gratitude and I like it.
got you. Yeah, that's awesome, Joyce. Thank you for tuning in, checking in with us.
Grateful for the tools you shared. It's Holy Spirit speaking through y'all.
Thank you. And that's what we rest on, man. Everything we do is kingdom driven. Everything we do is from a biblical standpoint
Absolutely. The
because
blueprint is there.
yeah,
Sometimes we just have to be reminded that that it's there. It's right there for all to use.
yeah, because we know what God like did in our marriage. Like I'm gonna be honest, with you, the only reason why we are here right now is because of the grace of God. You know what I'm saying? Like the only reason,
Yeah.
the only reason is the grace of God.
Okay.
Like nothing else.
All right, baby cakes.
Look,
Let's
look,
wrap it on up. It's
she
8:11.
like she ready to rush me off. I'm trying to stall a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But guys, we really appreciate you guys. We love you. Real quick, if you're struggling and you know that what you're doing right now is it's not working, it's not getting where you want to be, you're having a hard time in your marriage, you're having a hard time navigating through the challenges, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Like we want you to know you're not alone. We're here with you, we're here for you. And you know what I'm saying, let's have a conversation about where you are currently, really see what's working, what's not working, and how we can help you. And listen, if we can't help you, we'll let you know politely and try to point you in the right direction. If we feel we can help, then we're going to do everything we can to get you guys moving in the will and way of God and doing what God is calling you to do in your marriage. Like it's that simple, man. Because we want to see you guys healthier. We want to see you guys thriving. Like we want to see you guys really moving forward. Like, and you guys know, like we're waging war on unhealthy, unproductive, and unfulfilled marriages.
And I have to do this too while we're on
Go ahead,
real
baby.
quick. I would like to change your rating to an 8
Ooh,
because
what?
because I forgot that you saved me, and that's worth a whole half a point at least,
How'd I save you,
right?
beloved?
So the story, I'm gonna be real quick, y'all. We in the gym, we working out, right? And I keep hearing this bumping because we talking while we working out, and I'm hearing this bump like, yo, what is that? So it's two skylights in the gym. So I'm on a treadmill, he on an elliptical, and I'm like, what's that? He was like, oh, I think a bird got trapped in here. I was like, what? So we still talking or whatever, man. And so he gets off, he go look. Right. He said, yeah, a bird up there just trying to get out or whatever. So we, talking back and forth about how I got in there, wonder how I got in there, blah, blah, blah. Man, the daggone birds came down about that skylight. Now keep in mind my neck and my shoulder and my upper back have been like acting crazy all the early part of the week.
Hey,
So I'm trying to walk and just stay consistent with the fact that I'm going to the gym. Right. Even though I'm injured. Man, I got up off that treadmill so quick. That was probably the quickest I moved all week.
all
Okay,
week.
all week. And my baby, he was at the door of the gym, tapping and whistling and trying to get the little bird to come out. The bird ain't want to come. That's fine. But guess who did want to come out? Me. I wanted to come out, and I needed a straight shot.
My whole thing is like, why do
Don't do it.
people?
Don't you do it. I just gave you a half point. Don't do it. So yeah, when that door was open, I shot out that door so quick. You, that bird on its own. It got to get out however it got in there.
So that raised my
They gave you a
score up.
point five. I forgot you saved my life.
Okay.
Point five.
Well, thank you for that point five. I just want to know why do people
Point
who,
five.
hey, thank you for the follow, Shanika. Look forward to connecting with you. I just want to know why people are scared of rodents, bats, things that
Rodents,
crawl.
reptiles, and insects. I'm
Yeah,
going point blank and the period.
if people are scared of rodents, reptiles and rodents and rats and why they talk so tough?
Cause
Like
I
if
can.
they scared of little birdies and all that, why they talk so tough? Listen, we're gonna get up out of here. Listen, we love you guys. We're here with you here for you. I look. Thank you for the coins, Joy. That's dope, man. We appreciate you. Thank you for the happy
No
Friday.
bugs. Oh no, no, then no, no, no,
Look, I
no.
love everything. Yeah,
Had
but
them other two, and I'm
yeah.
with you.
But listen, man, we love you guys. You guys make it a great night. Remember, we're here with you, here for you. Wherever you are, no matter what you're going through, I don't care how tough it is. God is a redeemer. He is a restorer. He's a reclaimer. We are evident of that.
And nothing is too big for him,
Nothing's too big for him.
and nothing is too hard.
Yeah, we got to make sure we're not filtering God through our problems and filtering our problems through God. Okay? And if you need help, don't hesitate to reach out. You don't have to go through this by yourself. The enemy wants you to isolate. Okay? So I got to get out of here. We got to get out of
Absolutely,
here. We
absolutely,
love you. Thank you for
absolutely.
joining us. Be sure to like, share, follow, subscribe. Check us out on our YouTube channel, Reclaim and Restored Marriage channel. Follow us on here. And bring somebody with you when you come tomorrow morning. Bring somebody with you when you come next week. Bring somebody with you when you come to prayer. Also, real quick, I forgot Sunday morning. If you don't have a church home, if you don't
Oh,
worship on Sunday anywhere, come join us Sunday morning online via Zoom at
yeah.
11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check us out in LA, Baltimore. Listen, I'm not trying to, if you're already going to church, that's great. But if you don't have no place to worship, if you know you're not attending church right now, come join us. I will drop the link for the live and everything like that. But come join us at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for like
Yeah.
Baltimore. See where we go get fed, where we worship, see what we're doing. You are
Absolutely.
more than welcome to check us out. As my man Philip Anthony Mitchell says, you can be a digital disciple if you have nowhere to worship. If you're not connected to a church home in your area, come join us at Inner Light Baltimore.
Absolutely. Y'all hear us talk a lot about our church family and the love and support that we get.
Yeah,
The love, support, and the accountability.
yeah, and the
Because
accountability.
all of it come
Yeah,
together.
yeah,
That's where we get it from.
yeah,
So yeah, if you know that that's what you need and that's what you're looking for,
yeah. All right. We love
lock
you.
in.
Yeah, we love you guys. See you guys in the morning. I will see you in the morning. Whoever's going to join us, and then looking forward to seeing you Monday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time for prayers for marriage and family restoration. All
All right,
right.
all right.
Love you guys. You guys have a great night.
Deuces.